Mom, you're missing the other end.
Yeah. Okay, welcome everybody to our September Fierce Leader team call that Amy set for your fiercest leader of all, set for the Monday of Labor Day weekend. I don't want to talk about it, friends. I was like, it's by Monday night. We'll be like, no. Okay, so I'm really sorry, everybody, but here we are. And before we get started, we'll start off with recognition. I just feel like tonight's a good time to remind ourselves all that like this really isn't, it's not like a formal fancy thing. It's about being together. It's about collaborating and sharing, even if for those of you who are catching the recording. So let's get started. Mom, you want to start?
Yeah, so everybody, thank you so much for joining us. I just want to say that August is traditionally the hardest month of the year. So before I go into any of these statistics, I just want to say we made it through August, and thank goodness we're coming into September, and we have the opportunity to get refreshed and rejuvenated and just get like a whole new shot in the arm. So I just wanted to tell you all that we got 17 new enrollments in the month of August, which I think is sensational, given that August, everybody was like, well, yeah, I don't even need to go there. It's just been hard. And so our team total is 1,789, which is really awesome. And I just wanted to do a shout out to people that enrolled this last month. With one enrollment, we had Allison Kim, who was underneath Julie Hammond and Leslie Mehta, Jerry Huffman, Haley Johnson, Laura Hadamio. Congratulations, guys. Great job. And with two enrollments, we had Lindsay King and Amy Baumitz and myself. So keep your chin up. We're going to get into this whole new month. And I did want to do a shout out to Emily Rashid because she was our one person who qualified for a cash reward for our state challenge. So we are now in 42 states. Congratulations, Emily, and especially for getting that wellness consult done and getting that 100 PV order LRP set up. So way to go, and don't spend it all in one place, right, hon? She got her $42 in PayPal, and I'm really proud of you. Thanks for doing a hard thing, and that challenge ended tonight at 8 p.m. So we'll see if we bring that back maybe in the springtime. But thanks, Em, for participating in that.
Okay, so I have a couple different things that I was going to share about. The first is something that I want to make sure you guys are aware of, because I think it's something really cool that's going on, and you might be like, yeah, that sounds like a good fit for me, or you might not. Either is fine with me. But it's called the Essential Connection Company. And so for leaders in doTERRA who I really do admire, have created like a texting like experience for our customers, for customer care, for customer education, and for new people, potential people too. And it actually just so happens to be with the app, the texting service that I was using, Project Broadcast, for BOGOs, for summer BOGOs, that I've really loved. So if you want to be able to see more about that, they're like rolling out some really great stuff about like letting people know about convention and new products. Like their stuff is really good. Let me know and I can like send you the info on it so you can kind of check it out. But the customer service and the content creation is really good. Sonia's internet disappeared in Georgetown. What do you think? Okay, so I want to make sure you know about that. The second thing, I had quite a few calls in August with people who were like, yeah, I want to share oils, or like I had somebody ask me about oils, like, what do I do? What does that look like, kind of a thing? Not necessarily like our number one, like committed and capable. Maybe they will be, maybe they won't be. But I've been kind of breaking it down like this. And I thought this might be helpful for some of you to hear it this way. I was like, you can either be like a collaboration partner. It's kind of redundant, but just work with me. Or you can be like a referral partner. Like if you want to collaborate with me, like it's the same process every time. With a referral though, like you're literally like handing them over to me and I walk them through the whole process, and like you get an oil as a gift essentially. If you want to be a collaboration partner, which I feel like is like it could be an on-ramp for somebody who wants to do more, but anyway, the whole idea would be like, okay, so like we're at sampling, like ideally, like you're going to give them a sample. I can help you with that. Like we'll work through like how you can, through that process when you got a new shirt, Unicorn Squad. And then, go ahead.
So a couple of days ago, when my friend had a birthday, before we went to the party, when we were going to the party, that was at a garage, and he saw this shirt and FaceTimed us and said to me, "Do you want this shirt, Whitney?" And then I said yes, and then he got it for me.
Thank you for telling that story. Okay, so then you would get to like teaching them, right? And so that's where I'm like, okay, you're going to bring them to an Essential Oils Made Easy class that we're teaching, or you're going to set up a mini class where myself and you and them are going to meet on Zoom and we're going to talk. You know, helping them with the enroll, right? Like helping them through that process. I'm on the follow-up appointment with them, right? Like 3 people on a Zoom call. And, you know, obviously CE and our monthly calls all exist. So that's what a collaboration partner looks like. And so I've been kind of giving people those 2 options, and I've honestly considered, I would like to do, we have our Business Made Easy call, and that happens once a month, but I do think it might be really good to do like a Sharing Made Easy call, something that is like a little bit of a notch down, because there are so many people in Fierce Oilers who like, that would make sense to, like, oh, I refer them over, I get a free oil, or I collaborate. And then that would be more like, okay, are you going to have enrollership? Are you going to have, like, there's more of a conversation there. Like, are you going to earn the fast start? That's like more of a thing if you're going to collaborate. If you're just handing them over, like, then you're handing those other things over.
The green around this triangle is supposed to be the people that are talking. And we're talking and there's no green.
I know. How do you know these things already at 4? Can you do these math problems for me, please? So let me know what you guys think about that, but hopefully that's a little bit helpful. Then the last thing I want to talk about is obviously convention is coming up this week. And I just think I'm saying this to myself as much, you know, just as much to anybody else. Like normally most of us would be getting on a plane, you know, like going all the way out there, paying to stay and eat and all the things, right? And so there's a lot to be said for maybe not having to do that. I know some people are really missing out on like that connection point of that, and I really do understand. No, I don't understand that, but I know that, and I'm trying to be very empathetic about that. But the bottom line is, I know that I'm not going to go back and watch the recording. Like carve out the time. You would have had to carve out a whole week of your life. Carve out the time. You won't regret it because you're not going to go back and watch it. I really don't think you will. So that's like my advice to you. Also, my advice would be to like stay positive. I know this year doesn't look like how any of us thought it would be. And if you're somebody who needs connection and you're really missing that this week, then maybe we'll come up with something. It won't be me who comes up with it. Like maybe we'll do like a text thread or something, like somebody who's a connector, spearhead that for me, because yeah. But if you're missing out on that, reach out for it, ask for it, and connect, because we're all here watching it together, you know. She's back. Can you please do some more math?
She's not doing it.
She'll come back. It's her picture. So I just want to like really encourage you guys to reach out for connection if that's what you're really missing. If that was your favorite part of convention, you're going to have to like know that, identify that, and then reach out. Okay. So it's not too late to buy a ticket. It's not too late to help somebody buy a ticket, or to gift somebody a stinking ticket. I have gifted so many postpartum mamas who are on maternity leave, sitting at home, holding a baby in their arms, a convention ticket. Like, seriously, like pause the Netflix and go watch this. I'll give you the ticket, and they're so excited. Okay. So I just think it doesn't have to be that complicated, but think about who those people would be. Okay. All right. I'm going to hand it to you in 1 second, Mom, and I'm just going to pretend for a second that I'm Laura Shields. So she was going to be on with us sharing, because Laura Shields has been killing it with Symphony of the Cells classes. And so she is still pretty new in the area that she's in, but she established a relationship with a chiropractor. And the chiropractor said, come teach a Symphony of Cells class. And this chiropractor invited her people there, and she enrolled 3 businesses in one night: the chiropractor, a salon, and a brand new maternity consignment shop. Boom, one night enrolled. Like, I can't even. They're like, come back, let's do this again. The chiropractor's going to have a new location. She wants to teach it there. It's like, I can't. So many good things. So I think we should probably have her talk about like the format of that. Like those details are in her brain. My mom and I got to see it in person. It was great. It was so good. And I know that class formats for all of us look different. And I think it can be adapted in a lot of ways, but like the bottom line is like she's continued to find a way that she can show up. And I do think that Symphony of Cells is always gold. It's like gold in our hands, and such a powerful tool. And the success that she had with that was amazing. Okay, Mom, do you want to talk a little bit about Membership Made Easy?
Yeah, I was just going to say I did it. It was a privilege to be able to be at Laura's class that night. And she did it in Laura's way. And that's the drum that I've been beating lately, is that we all need to do this our own way. We've got tools and we can use them, but you could see the joy in Laura while she was presenting. And it made sense to her brain, and it was a beautiful thing. So I wanted to give a shout out to Laura. So you guys know that I've been attending Brenda Petru's team calls at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time on Tuesday nights. And I always walk away with some great nuggets. And a couple of weeks ago, I was listening to her call, and she was talking about some of the upgrades and changes they've made to some of the Back to Basics units, the daily mentor calls. So they, Dana Moore redid number 29. So jot this down or remember to go back to basics and look at number 29. And she has now a new handout called Your Membership Made Easy. So she has completely chucked her original wellness consult form, and I need to go find out, that was one of my assignments, was to find out where you can get that and download it. And I will get that, and I will post this beneath the call. But there it is. And it's thanks, Amy. It's very simple. And she said, I'm not going to give you an outline. I'm not going to give you a script. You're going to do this with your person, because what you're going to do is you're going to sit down with them and you are going to ask them, have you unpacked your order? Well, let's do that over the computer or in person. She helps you put your stickers on. And then she asks you, which of these 4 areas are your number one hotspot? Where do you really want to work? And so they actually rank order those top 4. And then she just only kind of talks about 1 and 2. And she said she doesn't even talk about, say, if it's exercise and weight management, she doesn't talk about all 4 of those product lines. She just maybe talks about 2. She's already gotten to know the person. Well, she enrolled them, right? So she kind of knows their vibe, their feel, what they're interested in, what they're passionate about. So she says it's way more of a conversation than a dump on somebody. And it just made so much sense to me. I know that we laugh about this. We keep talking about, how do you do a wellness consult? We've done it on these calls, and sometimes they're long. And she's like, let's keep it easier to understand and not overwhelm people. So if you can find 20 minutes to listen to Dana Moore do number 29, you will be blessed, and so will your people.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Mom. I've been looking at that PDF for a while. I pulled it up because it's saved right on my desktop, like staring at me, because I'm like, figure this out.
Where did they find that?
Well, I think I got it out of the Back to Basics group. Why don't I put it in the Team Leader app? Huh. Okay, cool. Mom, anything else on that? Sorry.
That's it. There was another one. They redid the building a pipeline thing. And I went back and forth with Brenda on this. She's like, it's in those daily mentor calls, but I can't see it.
Building a pipeline in my understanding, is the presentation that we do at the end of every CE and every Essential Oils Made Easy. Can I redo it?
Oh, so she's not referring to that story. She's referring to that whole section we do.
I think it's the whole presentation. It's not the building a pipeline story, I don't think, which I would be okay if they redid that. But
then the other thing that she said, that's all coming back to me now, I've got these notes in my planner. Dana, in her Membership Made Easy, talks about how they don't do the business spiel at the end of Essential Oils Made Easy at their classes anymore.
They stopped.
So I think that it's worth listening, and then maybe we can pick that apart and chew on it a little bit.
Oh, maybe we should prepare better. I think that sounds good. Okay. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you've been up to with teacher stuff?
Sure, sounds good. First, I want to say I really like what you said, Aim, about the collaborator versus sharer, because I've been like, I have like 6 brain cells working in my brain right now with 2 small children. And so like wrapping my head around what I'm normally like, okay, you want to do the business. First thing we're going to do is you're going to have a class and I'm going to teach it and show you what it looks like. And that's different now. It's super different in COVID. And I like have not wrapped my head around what that looks like yet. So that's helpful. Thank you. So yeah, just briefly kind of what I've done this past, so I had a baby end of June, getting back into things in August and September with doTERRA. What I wanted to do was love on teachers, because I used to work at a school. I have a lot of people on my team who are teachers. A lot of my friends are teachers, a lot of teachers on my team. And so I was like, I want to do something. So I kind of borrowed from what Wendy did, what Amy and Melissa did this summer, and just reaching out and being like, hey, I'm rooting for you. I appreciate that you're a teacher. Would you like a blend for immune or for stress? And I got a really, really good response back, like really high response of people who are super touched by that. So this is just for teachers on my team, to be clear, like teachers who have already enrolled. And so got a really good response, not from everybody. I like decided I was going to do this and was like, this will be a really good thing. And then I made a list of all the teachers on my team and I was like, oh my gosh, this is a huge mistake. It was a long list, but it was like a really positive response. So a lot of the teachers that are back in the building chose immune, and a lot of the teachers that are doing virtual schooling chose stress. So it kind of gave them that option. And so whatever they sent me, I mailed out a roller. So I got the labels. I paid like $7 on Etsy for a template, and I made the different rollers. So the immune is On Guard. They were in 5 ml bottles that I got off of Amazon, and sorry, go ahead, Melissa.
On Guard, wild orange, or lemon and tangerine, or something, wasn't it?
On Guard, tea tree, and tangerine. Yeah. And then the stress one is just adaptive, diluted. And so Amy helped me out. She knows somebody who's does printing, and so got that printed, got those labels on, and then mailed them out with a card that had all of the Mama and Mimi continuing education stuff for the month of September. And then also just a note that said, thanks, however you're teaching. I'm really appreciative that you're a great educator right now. And the response I got was really, really great. Teachers were super touched by that. So that's kind of how I wanted to love on the teachers on my team now. But then kind of the next part of that is to use those same rollers as an incentive. So again, a lot of teachers in my life. So to be like, hey, I'm teaching a class that's specifically for teachers at the end of this month. And if you attend, you choose a free roller for immune or for stress. So kind of using it as an incentive to get people on the calls, because teachers are all like chickens with their heads cut off right now, right? So that's the end of this month. I'm sorry, I don't know offhand when that is, but I can post in there. And then teachers who attend get a free roller just for being on the call. So that's kind of how I'm going to use that in the next phase. Haven't wrapped my head around that yet, but that's my plan.
And would you be open to letting some of us attend to just watch? Is that okay with you?
Yeah, totally. And if there are people, like I talked about this with Amy too, if there are people who want to be on, that's totally fine. It's just, if they're not on my team, or like people that I know, I probably won't gift the roller, right? But if you want to take care of that for whoever is on, then that's totally fine. Anyone's welcome. I can put the info in Fierce Leaders when I get that figured out.
That's really neat.
Thank them. Yeah, if you're inviting people, you spot the roller.
Can I jump in and say, Jerry, can you share a little bit about how you did the rollers, or you did a sample for people who are wearing masks in the dental industry? Can you share a little bit about that spur of the moment?
I haven't done that yet. That's my.
Well, you could share your idea, maybe.
Okay, yeah, hold on. I had some whitening trays in my teeth, so I wasn't preparing to speak. Trying a new whitening gel. Anyway,
Poor Jerry.
So I've got 5 offices that either the owner is a doTERRA customer, or some of the people there are doTERRA customers. And so I have some rollers that I have had, and so Plus I'll make more people, but I was thinking of doing the one for Happy Head and maybe something with Breathe, but one of the two, just because we wear masks all day long and we wore double masks and a face shield. So it's pretty gruesome, and I'm all about helping people to nasal breathe and not mouth breathe, which a lot of people do when they're wearing their masks. And by the end of 8-10 hours, you're just like, a lot of times they have a headache and dry mouth and all that stuff. So people that are customers, I'm just going to do like Emily did, but give them the option of one or the other. So either for headache or for enhancing their breathing through their nose, they can just put it like on the inside of the nose. And then I have some people that are percolating that are also working in dental offices, and I think I'm going to do the same thing. I was inspired by what Emily's idea and do a class wearing masks, and that probably won't be till into October though. So that's my plan. So.
Awesome. Thank you for ripping out your mouth trays.
You ruined her whitening process. How
I
much
was almost
Jerry
done.
loved it. Thank you, Jerry. I love that. Really quickly, so I just have to do this quick so it doesn't create confusion. It was collaboration, a collaboration partner and a referral partner.
What's that mean?
Those are the two. Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it with you. And then the other thing is, I feel like what Em and Jerry are doing is what Dana Moore did so brilliantly with her team at the beginning of quarantine, was she took an EOME class and she just gave it a different title and like tweaked 1 or 2 slides, and it made people be like, oh, like so excited about them. So I think that's super brilliant, and I love that. And it's a good time to do that.
I did that once for Addie, Sarah, and Moby.
Perfect. I'm almost done. Okay, hang with me. Sonia, are you able to share just briefly about what you're planning to do on Sundays in Fierce Oilers? I don't know if she's got good enough internet to make that one happen. She might not. Camper life. Melissa, do you want to share, or should we just hold off?
I know she's doing something on Sunday nights, Sundays with Sonia.
Is that what it is? Okay.
I can't remember though what I'm drawing a blank.
It's okay. I think I'm excited for whatever Sonia's doing, and I think again Sonia's doing something that like plays to her strengths. So when Sonia, like, you know, when you hear people doing these different things, you don't need to think like, oh, I need to do that exact same thing in that exact same way. You think of like, how can I do this in a way that works for me, keeping the structure of like the most basic simple activities, right? And like productive things. So I think what I was gonna, I just wanted to end with this. I think there's great things going on in Fierce Oilers.
Who's that?
Okay.
Who's that?
Her name is Kelsey. So I think that part of the beauty of the texting service that I talked about is that you don't ever have to compete with an algorithm. That being said, I think the Melissa challenge was super well received, that 5-day challenge format. And I'm excited to be able to, probably not once a month. Can you have a sip of water? Be able to drop in like a different oil and like maybe a more obscure one, but there were a lot of people who were like, it was a game changer for me, or like my bottle of Melissa's on its way because I followed along and I didn't even have it, and now I'm getting it to use it. So I think there's a lot of great fruit from that, and I think that the more, like, seriously, when you comment in Fierce Oilers, just like Whitney putting her face there. When you do that, do you pay attention to your newsfeed? Yes, you do. You do. So when you comment, you put your face like that on the screen and are like, hey, your oils in your home, they do something. So take them out of the cabinet and use them because we're telling you to. So I would encourage you. You're so silly. Can you step back, cashew pants? Thank you.
I'm eating cashew, so she called me that.
So keep engaging in there and doing that and finding a way like to do it that works for you. I'm not going to like schedule you to do anything, you know?
Why are you talking and Mimi has that green around her?
I know, because the screen thinks it's me. I can't talk about it. Is there anything else does anybody else have any questions or
the screen
things that they for sure want to share?
You don't know what to do.
No. Is it time to call it a night? All right. Well, hey, kudos to everybody who made it happen at 8 o'clock on Labor Day Monday. Whoop, whoop, killing it. Let's have fun all very distantly at convention this week. Okay, seriously, like maybe I'll come up with a fun idea. I get it. I have never been more happy to stay home and not ever leave my house ever. But I will try and remember in my heart of hearts that this is killing some of you, and I will think of you and I will put an oil on for you. But we're all in it together, okay? September is going to be super awesome. New product call. We give away a convention kit. Do you remember that? Mark your calendar. It's like the 23rd or something, the third Monday of the month. Bring your people, invite your people, text your people. We're giving away the new products. So like just so many good things going on to plug into. So take the time that you can to do that. And we'll see you guys when we see you, okay? Can you say bye?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, that's like a